Hello and welcome to HCCTV Student Lounge. This is a show made by HCC students for HCC students to give our opinions on news, entertainment, and our school. My name is Caio de Aragon. Hello, Carolina.
Hello, Caio. We are also joined today by Benjamin, Francisco, Josh, and Eric. We will also be joined by our guest, Dr. Tony Rao, who is here to talk about doing a virtual play production. So stay tuned. But first, let's move into our top three news for the week. And first, we have there were more than 200 arrests made after the peaceful Houston march for George Floyd. The massive march right here in Houston stayed peaceful for the most part, and about 60,000 people gathered at the City Hall on Tuesday calling for justice. Protesters were arrested when they jumped into the fence at a vacant lot. But despite the amount of arrests made, police say that it was an extremely low number considering the thousands who marched peacefully. Now, the HCC stands for Equality and Tolerance, as the Chancellor Cesar Maldonado addressed our community with a message regarding the senseless actions we are witnessing across the nation this last week. He said, "Here at HCC, we promote opportunity through access, equity, and education." Now, last but not least, HCC launches the jobsnowhouston.org. HCC is in the business of getting Houston back to business. Accountants, HR specialists, and auditors are in high demand. So get your certification quickly and affordable today by visiting the jobsnowhouston.org. Now, let's begin our first topic. Caio put together an animated video for Houston Community College to think about how we are going back to school. Now, let's check it out and see what you think.
There's a lot of uncertainty and questions about what returning to classes will look like for fall. Things are still evolving, but we are working on a plan. A plan that is flexible, safe, effective, to help you achieve your educational goals. While we don't have all the answers quite yet, we want to let you know what we're thinking and working to put into place. We call it Next Learning, flexible, safe ways to learn. Option 1, online anytime. Take classes online at any time. These are the traditional online classes you're used to, and you never come to campus. Option 2, online on a schedule. Take classes online at a scheduled time. You still never come to campus, but you log into your class online at the specified time you selected. Option 3, Flex Campus. Sign up for in-person classes. You have the choice to come to campus or participate online at a set class time. Option 4, lab-based courses. The same critical hands-on, skills-based learning, but by making our section sizes smaller to allow for social distancing. Regardless of the way your class is taken, all students have access to the same support. Tutoring, student life, basic needs support, career and pathway advising, career and employment services, counseling and ability services, and supplemental instruction, just to name a few. So what's next? We are adjusting the fall schedule based on these different options. We need a little bit of time to get it right, but here's a general idea of what to expect. Classes currently listed as face-to-face or hybrid will be adjusted to Flex Campus and online on a schedule options. Classes currently listed as online in the fall schedule will not change. They will be delivered online as the online anytime option. Labs currently listed on the schedule also will not change, but the size of each lab will be smaller, and we will look to add more lab options to the schedule. Even though adjustments are being made to the fall schedule, this doesn't mean you have to wait to enroll. Registration is open and you can lock your classes in today. As changes are made, we will share those updates with you so you're in the loop based on the latest information. Remember, your safety is our priority, and so are your educational goals. We know things have been tough, but we're going to make it through this difficult time. Because we are your college and we are HCC strong. Stay tuned for more updates over the coming weeks. Until then, stay connected and remember, we're here for you.
Caio, what do you think? What's the best way to reopen the college and take classes again?
Yay, Caio!
Honestly, this is a really hard question because I've taken the online class before, and even now with the pandemic. And one thing that I like about online classes is that I don't need to drive to campus, so I save time and gas with that. So that's a good thing. But in the other hand, I'm gonna have like photography classes next semester, and we require a studio with the background, with the lighting, everything that needs to actually learn. So I think it would be really hard for me to take a class like that online. And I think that if people are responsible enough, if they're careful, if they use mask and hand sanitizer, I think we can make it work. So you just come to each person to do the right thing. So that's my opinion. I'd like to know what you guys have to do. Tell me, Benjamin, what do you think about that?
I feel like just with my busy schedule and everything, I feel like online classes are a better way for me to take my classes because I can do them as I go. So like if I have time, let's say on a Tuesday, I could get on my online classes and start doing my papers because I don't have that availability sometimes on other days. So I feel like online works at your own pace instead of meeting at a class face to face at a certain time, and then also taking those precautions. Meaning sometimes people are still going to be scared to come out of their houses, and and they don't want to still go out and be in public places like schools. So I think that's a better option for those people, and people like me who are always busy and stuff. I feel like that's why online classes are there. But I also like to hear opinions. I mean,
let's get to Carlos.
Okay, in the meantime, well, I agree with both of you. I think that there are pros and cons in both things. I do like online classes because I've been taking them, and I'm actually taking one class in the summer, an online class. But not all classes are going to work the same way. So of course we're going to follow the regulations and the precautions, and we're going to keep distance. But what about exams? Like if you have to take exams, and some universities that work online, they have like their way of doing it, and I don't know, like blocking some things from the web and kind of those things. But it's gonna be tough for professors to trust their students, and for students to feel like, okay, I'm gonna sit down and do my exam and not read the book, because you have the book and you have all these resources online.
I think that the biggest problem last semester was that everything happened so suddenly. So I think now that we have time to change the classes instead of trying to fit the classes as they were to this new challenge, I think it would be better for them to take this time in the summer to just change the way that they're going to implement all of their materials, and I think they can really take advantage of all these limitations we have and really try to get some creativity out of it.
I agree. I feel like we were testing this new mode in the summer and the spring, and we had some good things. Tutoring was working very well. Student services was working very well. So let's see, and please give us your opinions. We really want to know what you think, because we're coming from different areas. I'm in print and web design, and there are filmmakers over here. So please let us know. Well, let's move on to Kayo's special guest now. So who do we have for today, Kayo?
Today we have a really special guest, Dr. Tony Rayo. Hey! So today we have a really interesting topic, and we're gonna be talking about live play. So a few weeks ago, the drama department and Tony, they put together a live play since they couldn't be in the theater. So I want to talk to her about what was the challenge and how did it go. Dr. Tony, can you tell me a little bit about it?
Very interesting, especially moving from face-to-face classes to all online classes. And in drama, live is what we live on because the difference between movies, going to a movie and going to a live play, is the whole point of that the person, the actor is right there in front of you. So the COVID-19 made that very difficult since of the social distancing. So basically we decided that instead of doing the play, which would require people getting together, that we would have each student do their own skit. They might write their own script, or they could take a piece from a play. And as you know, plays have music, dance, drama and all kinds of things in it. So we even had some people singing parts of songs from the play. So it really turned out pretty well.
I'm happy to hear that. So you said it was pretty good. So I know that was really challenging for them to not be in a theater setting. You know, they didn't have the stage, they didn't have the costumes. You know, they need to improvise everything. So do you think that according to everything they had on hands, they did a good job? And also, like, it was better than your expectation? What's your feedback regarding that?
I was so proud of them, all of them. They were just great. Yeah, you're right. The actors particularly depend on the lighting people and the costume people and all of that to help them actually get into character, because it's all part of the characterization. But at home, they have to do it all themselves. And then the other thing is they had to be taught how to use a camera, because live theater, you do things a little different than you do for just a little camera, one little eye. So we had to coach them in so many different ways so that they knew how to fix the camera, how much lighting to put on themselves so that they weren't all dark and grainy and that kind of thing. So yeah, there were a lot of challenges, but the students just did wonderful. We're just so proud of them.
That's good. So the benefits also, it's good for school, you know, to don't stop no matter what, and I think that's great. But do you also think that this activity is actually going to help them, you know, first and not give up easily? And also, do you think that could be something useful for their portfolio maybe, or what do you think about that?
Oh, it'll be excellent for the portfolio, because as I was saying, you know, being an actor or an actress, you need to be able to do it for both the theater, the live theater, and for movie, film. And this way, and you know that there are two different ways to do it, a lot of nuances. So in learning how to perform for the camera as well as for a live theater, that's a wonderful asset for any actor.
That's awesome. Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Ray, for your time. Now let's move on for the next topic. We're gonna be talking about our favorite shows from Netflix. So I would like to start talking about Planet Earth. It's my favorite documentary. It's like a series, and it's more than just nature. It tells stories from different species, from different animals. And I was actually watching behind the scenes, and in some of the shots, they say like a week to literally get one scene, you know, because it's really hard to stay there, and then sometimes they need to camp and literally be hidden on like trees and like with like camouflage, trying to hide. So I know a few people here have watched it, and I would like to know if Benjamin, what do you think about that?
I mean, from what I've seen in the trailers that I've seen from Planet Earth, I mean, it's beautiful cinematography. It's things like how I was saying, it's the hard work that they actually put into it. Like being out in the wild, like camouflage, taking video of these birds or animals, just living life basically, because you can't intervene. There's no way that you can show yourself that you're there to the animals, because basically they'll act a little strange, I guess, or try to like, hey, what's this, or sniff around you or stuff. So I mean, I just think it's beautiful how they do that, and especially being a filmmaking major, I mean, I hope one day I get a gig where they send me off, live in the Amazon or something, and then just capture video of like some bird or some frogs or some lizards or something. I mean, that'll be amazing. Yeah, but I've never seen it myself, but like I said, I admire that documentary.
Definitely check that out. What about you, Josh? Do you have any suggestion? Have you watched Planet Earth?
I've watched Planet Earth a couple of times. I just remember my first time watching it, and you hear David Attenborough's voice narrating the whole thing. It's straight chills. Like, you feel the dopamine rush going down your cerebral cortex. You just hear everything. That soothing voice. You see all the beautiful colors, the untouched places of humanity. It's really something to behold.
What about you, Eric? Do you have any shows, anything that you'd like to recommend?
Well, I'm a big fan of the Planet Earth series because of the amazing cinematography. Me being a filmmaker or aspiring filmmaker myself, every time I watch that show, it just amazes me from the camera angles to how it's shot. I know it takes them weeks to get that edited properly. But as far as Netflix shows, I've always been interested in watching that Stranger Things. 'Cause I'm a big fan of sci-fi and science fiction. So I think that that's a very good show for people to get into.
I agree with that. I actually watched Stranger Things and I really enjoy. So, well, we start to run out of time, so I'd like to thank you for watching today. And remember, this is a show by students for students. Okay, so I see you next time. Now I'm
See you next time. Bye.
Everybody.
Take care.
Bye.